Hello friends, it's happy to talk to you after a long time. Hope you and your families safe and doing good in these pandemic times. The intention is I want to make this platform more active going forward, and I want to share more concepts. So anybody is welcome. We want to share anything that is useful to other members on the mule. You can share. Okay, appreciate that. Today I come up with a concept called handling dates in the data view. So a simple use case where the two applications of order processing, one is an entry application and is other is a warehouse application. Entry applications gets the order from the customer and send to warehouse application to get the estimated date. Okay, so warehouse application gets the payload in this format, right? Line gets highlighting over here in the screen, and it calculates the estimated delivery date and send back to entry application. So the rule is when the quantity is more than 100, then it takes 7 days to deliver on the order date, and if it is less than 100, it takes 4 days to deliver from the order date. That is the rule that I'm going to apply in the warehouse application that want to apply the transformation rule in the data view transformation. And the second hack is the input date format is ddmmyyyy, and warehouse application want to store this data in this format ddmmyyyy. So you need to know the concept how to transform the input date format to target date format. So you need to concentrate on these two tips. One is applying a rule, and second is changing date pattern. And without any delay, I'm going to implementation side. I just created a project and I just configured a listener and just drag the transform message component over here. This is my transform message component, and for that I just configured the input payload. Okay, this is the input payload I configured, and I'm just writing the transformation code here. So it's like this. If I put the payload, so I can able to see the payload at I feed at the input. Now on this payload I want to iterate over this payload, and I need to get the estimated delivery date for each order. To iterate, I am using a map operator. Map order comma index. As this order, I'm put making naming is order index. Now the required fields is ID required, order ID, order ID. So that I get from the order dot order. We can able to see that order dot order ID, right? This is not semicolon, right? Now you can be able to see the order ID. Next field is important field, that where I want to calculate the estimated delivery date, right? So I'm going to next field, comma, estimated delivery date is like, first I want to get the delivery date, means order date. Order date, let me show you the order date over here. So this is the order date, right? So I'll get from order dot order date. First I will get the order date. So this order date is in string format, right? But I want no transform it to date format. Then only I can add the 4 or 7 days based on the quantity, right? For that purpose, I want to convert this string to date. So how to convert? This is a way you need to type cast to date as date. As date, then which format? We need to tell explicitly, because if you given the date has this, you need to tell what is the day, what is the month, what is the year, right? For that, I need to mention format like this. Format The input format is dd slash mm slash slash y. This is the input date format. Okay, excellent, good. Next thing is you need to put a condition order, right? If it is quantity is less than 100, 4 days, and more than 100, 7 days. So I'm just configuring the condition using if order dot, what's that, order dot quantity, order dot quantity is less than 100, then I need to add 4 days to the delivery date. So how to add? There's a conditions, there is some period things to add days. You need to add like this. Let's remember hyphen p4d. Sorry. So this is the way you need to add. Okay, if it is order is quantity is less than 100, added 4 days, and if it is more than 100, you need to put configure else condition, else. I'm just copying this stuff. I'm placing this is a as a evaluator single, and I just copying this condition from here to here, placing over here, and I'm adding the 7 days if it is more than 100, right? Yeah. Now see the condition over here. See the first order, it is quantity is 90, though 4 days from delivery date. This is 4th April, and you see these 15th April, right? Okay, and see here. Okay, and if it is 16th 109 and 16th April, that 16th March, this is 190 quantity. For 190 quantity, you are able to see for 190 second 190 quantity 7 days, right? 16 plus 7, 16 plus 7, 23, right? So now your your dates are changed according to the periods you added next, but the time format, sorry, the date format, this is not you intended, right? So your date format is ddmmy. So that you need to explicitly typecast to that date format. How to do that? And you to come over here and as string, you need to give format over here. Format, what format you want? That format you have to give over here. dd hyphen mm hyphen 2m 3m's hyphen y, right? If you see that as string format dd right? This thing you need to give in curly braces, not in this spaces, so it's not reflected. Now see this got reflected, this got reflected because we changed the format only for less than 100 quantity. The same thing you need to put for other type, other side also. Then you can able to see the change in both kind of orders, right? So the end, placing over here, So see, all this got changed, right? So if you see, this is, put clumsy over here, means you need to use this logic more times, more number of times in your data view code. You better to define this in a function. So I am just moving to a function fun calculate cal stdate. In my function, it accepts the order, right? So order, and what is order? Order is kind of object, right? Then is equal to, then we can define this entire thing as an, as a function. Can remove this thing, right? And instead of, this logic, I can just call that function yesterday loaded date of pass the order over here, right? Is equal to this one. So it looks clear, right? We can use this function more number of times, right? So this way you need to add the dates for your, date. If you want to add months, instead of D, you need to put M. If you add year, you need to put Y. So likewise, you can add date, months and years over here using this operator. This is very important to know how to add dates to a date and how to format a string to date. So this thing, right, and how to change your date formats, this is quite frequently come across, requirements in your day-to-day life. So very important. Hope this video is quite useful to you. Okay, see you in next video. Thank you so much for watching.